Hey guys. Well, um, I got myself in a good mood and I was trying to keep myself in a higher place, but I can't seem to keep myself there. So I came on here and I want everybody to hear me out before they start getting pissed off. And I'm going to share this on multiple platforms that I'm on because this seems to happen. And a lot of people need to understand I'm against racism in the purest of ways because all through my life, I have heard different stories of everybody that had to get kicked in the face by the white man. And I know a lot of people are, oh, here she goes kicking Whitey in the face. You have to understand why I say that. My nationality, for one, starts with I'm Cherokee, I'm Blackfoot, most importantly, but I also have Irish, Scottish, Dutch, French, and God knows what else. But most importantly, I am mainly Blackfoot and Cherokee, which I have a lot of that in me. I do dye my hair a lot, but my natural hair is damn near black. They do tend to call me pale face, but I have natural rosy cheeks. I have high cheekbones. I got the typical native nose. But aside all the facial features and all that, I don't give a crap. But I hear about all the media about, and this is what I try to make other people understand. Just like what happened with poor George Floyd. I am pissed at the state of Michigan. Yeah, the cops got fired. And I know a lot of people might come in here. I don't want anybody saying a damn thing on my feed. I don't want no comments. I want everyone just to shut up, like I said in the introduction. I want y'all to hear me out, and I want y'all to shut your mouths because I'm posting this on multiple threads, and I want this to get back to Trump, and I want him to possibly hear this. This is coming from a woman that is native, okay? The cop responsible needs to be held in the court of law. I do not care. He's wearing a badge. That does not mean he gets to get away with murder, because what are you setting an example for anybody else? You're saying that, yeah, you fired him, but you're saying that any other cop in any other state that feels that if they don't like someone of another color, that if they kill them, all they got to do is get fired and they can get by with it. What example is that setting that I mind you? And nobody's asking the proper question. It is showing that any murderer that is in any sort of racism place, it could be a black person that doesn't like white people. They can go in and kill a white man. It could be a Chinese person that doesn't like a black man, can go in and kill a black man. It could be a black man that doesn't like a Chinese person, can go in and kill a Chinese person. It could be a Saudi Arabian, can go in there and kill a Native American. It could be vice versa, guys, because you know what? Racism, it can go in any other color. It does not have any type of color definition. You could be racist and God knows what color you are. Racism is over the rainbow, okay? Racism doesn't, I'm going to exclude you because you're purple. No, honey, racism is in every race. I hate to tell you that. That's why it's called racism, because the word race means your race is more than likely involved in it, because in every race, there's someone that they hate. I hate to tell you that. More than likely because they dislike somebody. Me, I dislike the white people that came over here and just ruined everything for my tribesmen, to be honest, because if they never came over here, none of this crap would be happening in America. And I know that sounds really bad. I know that sounds horrible. Everybody be like, well, y'all be a bunch of savages. I would rather be a bunch of savages rather than be a world riddled by disease, anger, guns, people killing people for no damn reason, people killing people over race, God pursuing politicians that know that diseases are here, that don't do nothing about them, and that at the very last moment, oh, there's a disease here, guys. We knew about it, but we're not going to tell you, but we're going to tell you, but we're not going to tell you, but we're going to tell you at the last moment, okay? And people going to say I'm overreacting. No, that's what happened, because you know what? He wasn't going to tell no one until everybody infected everybody after spring break. And oh yeah, y'all, there's a pandemic. After y'all are infected, there's 100,000 deaths and climbing. But we're slowing down, y'all. There's not so many people, y'all. It's not as bad as it seems, guys. Kiss my ass. It's not as bad as it seems. It's so bad that our history book is a lie. That they lie about Thanksgiving, the major U.S. holiday. They don't tell you the truth about Thanksgiving. They tell you that, oh, the English came over here and they offered us a great Thanksgiving dinner with the Native American people. They didn't tell you they came over here and raped people. They didn't tell you that they came over here shooting. And yeah, that was the Thanksgiving dinner they offered us. Yeah, that was kind of that. Yeah, they offered us the same, softness that they offered poor George Floyd. Yeah, we got the same thing that they offered him. No kindness, no love, we got the same thing happen to us. And this is what I'm telling you. This is why something needs to happen. And I'm not saying martial law. Fuck that. Because we're going to have more of that shit happening, like what happened to poor George Floyd. If we have martial law, we're going to have more angry people killing people that don't need to die. No, what we need is to get the punk ass president out of the office that is causing racism riots that's going on right now, because he has white supremacist cops thinking they can go out and kill people that they don't need to kill because the poor man asked the lady to put her dog on a leash, and she was probably a white prejudiced princess that thinks she didn't need to do it. That, I don't want to ruin my $500 manicure because I was on this pandemic because the president, I was on this pandemic thanks to your freaking people. Well, I thought it was the Chinese first, and now you're going to start blaming it on the African people next, right? I mean, the comments I'm seeing is horrendous. First it's black people, then it's African. We're going to start calling them bola chunkin. I don't even want to start even thinking what they're going to call them next. The thing is, because of how I looked in school, because I did not look like a traditional white girl, which I'm so glad I didn't, because I'm not a traditional white girl, because I'm not a white girl. I am mixed. And I'm damn near 99% more full of my Native American. I am Native American, honey. I am not white. I am Native American, okay? So I literally got picked on. And the teachers didn't do nothing about it. I got in trouble because they picked on me. And they still do this crap till this day. They did it to my youngest son. My oldest son, he looks like, because he has the fair hair and the blue eyes, they treated him different. My youngest son looks very native. So he had teachers that was actually bullying him. He had one teacher that actually picked up his crayons, clearly threw it clear across the room. She let a kid jump him in class. The teacher still has her job. She still works in the same city that I'm in, at the same elementary school, has not been fired. Because we have Republicans like Trump around that think it's okay to have bullies around. That bullies like that kill people like George Floyd. This is why I think that people think that Republicans are a good idea. No, they're not. Until they remember what they used to stand for, they all need to be like set in like literally in the back of the bus and made shut the fuck up. Because Republicans, they're not the sauce no more. They're only in it for themselves. They're only in it to make the richer richer. They want to see the people that literally do all their work for them while they sit on their petty little asses, getting their little mani-pedis and, you know, getting their Botox and their liposuction and getting their lip injections and their fillers and their little blood manicures on their faces and crap, trying to look all delicious when they're nothing but horrid bags that need to die. Don't even get me started. Do not get me started. This is what people think is okay. They talk about there's no black people in office. I have never seen a Native American in office either. I have never seen not too many Asian people in office. I have never seen a Mexican in office hardly. I've seen a few, but not too many. I've actually know Cat Williams where it's like white. He's absolutely freaking right. It's called white supremacy, honey. And I'm tired of it myself. I really am. Because they're not thinking about us as a whole. They're only thinking about their pocket as a whole. They're not thinking about the rest of us. They're only thinking about themselves and what's good for them. Like their main thing is, oh, let's open the stock market. The stock market ain't good for nobody. I hate to tell you that. It's only good for them. Wall Street Journal, it's only good for them. I hate to tell all these people that think, you know, they put it in your head that all these places are good for the rest of the communities and it's good for, you know, to get the economic going. No, what's good for the economic to get going is, you know, getting people, they could get people to work to do deliveries, but they don't need Wall Street Journal. They don't need the stock market. The stock market, it only started to get the rich people richer. That's all it was. And they manipulate people to think that it's needed. You don't see poor people doing that crap. You don't see minimum wage people getting in stock market. Who do you see in stock market, people? Rich people. You don't see the poor, minimum wage. You don't see them in stock market. So what the hell is that benefiting us? It's not. They were getting back in there because they were worried their funds are dwindling. They were antsy about themselves. They were worried about themselves. They didn't give a shit about us. They were worried about them. They were worried about getting their country clubs opening, their alcohol back going, their bars, their restaurants, their little, you know, trying to get us eliminated back. You know, as soon as, I hate to tell y'all this, our stupid good for nothing Texas governor, a goddamn Republican, the day he opened Texas back up, we had 10 within 5 minutes, 10 abductions within 5 fucking minutes. Thank you, Governor of Texas. You're doing such a bang up job. And they did not say they found these kids yet. Bang up job, motherfucker. I hate you. 10 kids gone missing that have not yet been found by the Texas state of governor that thought this was such a grand old idea to open up Texas. That we are still finding people that are getting the coronavirus in Texas. That we're still having people getting it. That we are actually having people dying in Texas. But, it's nothing. It's not a pandemic. It's a planned demic. Trump made an accident that he just made a falsified claim that he didn't know the numbers. But my thing is, just like George Floyd, you have a racist, bigot, good for nothing president in the office that does not, for one, he hates the Native Americans. He hates black people. There has been heinous crimes against Native Americans that you do not hear nothing about. There's constant Native American women getting raped, killed, shot. Yeah, I know about population control. My grandpa was in World War II. He taught me everything about it. But killing off Native Americans and other people, it's messed up. And I don't think it should be allowed. But I literally think if it's population control, let's kill the person that's in the White House. Honestly, I think that big-headed, orange Cheeto head motherfucker needs to go. Honestly. And I don't care how many people disagree with me, because I'm against it to the fullest, because I'm against racism. And I understand why they want to do the population control, but what the population control is, they single out a minority. They figure the one minority that is sucking out the most of the population, which is the elderly, the sickly, the middle class, and the lower class. And that's what my grandpa taught me from World War II. And he said what they do is they, for one, they come up with diseases, they come up with wars, and disease, of course, coronavirus. Now, this poor guy, George Floyd, he gets killed. Now, what's going on? They do not want to get the cop in Michigan. He needs to be literally put in jail, and he needs to get executioned. He needs to get executionized. I'm sorry. If he didn't want to get put in execution, he should not have killed the man. I'm sorry. He should not have killed anybody. That's manslaughter. I don't care how you paint it. You can paint it white, yellow, pink, purple, orange, whatever color you want to paint it. That is manslaughter. Okay, Nikki, that's fine, sweetheart. And I understand he has a family. His family does not need to try to protect him. They're protecting a murderer. How would they have liked the same thing to happen to their father? They would have want their father's killer brought to justice. Same thing. What happens if George has a family? They want their, the one that killed their family member brought to justice too. It's only fair. Firing him is not the part that is equal to taking a life for a life. That is how we go. That is how nature goes. That is law of law. Okay, that is the law that has been put in action by judges, by sanctified laws. That is how it goes. Now, if the judge doesn't want to do it, he needs to transfer. He needs to arrest that cop and put him in another one and transfer him to another, facility if he doesn't think that he can, do the right act. Maybe he feels that he's too close to the cop. Maybe that's why he doesn't feel that he can punish the cop to the fullest, because he feels that he's too close to the cop. And that right there, the judge needs to get punished too. That right there is going against the law because of favoritism of a cop. And that right there is betraying the law. You should not do that. And he didn't do nothing wrong. So, you can't, that right there is purposeful manslaughter. That is straight up manslaughter with intent. And, especially if he didn't do anything to deserve intent and the cop can't sit there. Well, he tried to attack me. He can't come up with these allegations after he already killed him. I'm sorry. And they can't, and these cops need to quit trying to protect him and his family. They need to drag his punk ass out of that house, drag him down to that court, put him in a jail cell, and do what's right, because they know what's right, and they're defending him because they're probably all a bunch of racist bastards themselves. And that's the part that pisses me off even more. That goes to show that probably that whole city of Michigan has nothing but a bunch of racist cops. And if anybody can, prove a point that they're all not, then that's probably why all of them are rioting there. It's because they're all probably a bunch of racist cops. And then they wonder why people call them pigs. And they make fun of them, and people say fuck the cops. And that, and I have been raised to respect, military, a badge, anyone of state, because they are to serve and protect. This mother was to serve and kill. How is that supposed to make me feel? My mom is taking law, criminal justice, criminal studies. I'm twisted, because she's over here and it's even pissing her off. We're sitting here just like, what the hell? That this poor innocent guy lost his life. And then on top of it, we hear what's happening to the Native Americans. We hear what's happening to, even Trump has even said at times that he even wants to get legalized Mexicans even sent over to Mexico. And I'm just like, dude, what the hell? And then he's talking about sending Native Americans back to where they come from. Motherfucker, we are where we're come from. You're the one that needs to get your janky ass where you need to go back to. You get your bitch ass and go back to England and leave everybody else alone, because we were good before your bitch ass got here. Okie dokie. And I don't understand how people can stand there and justify his fake ass spray tan and wearing that fake ass Pomeranian toupee that he went and scalped his poor dog because he knew he was going bald for. I would, have to shoot a man that had to go scalp his poor dog for a hair piece. You would think the man would learn, they have hair extensions finally that you could put in your head, finally. They do staple those bitches in now. And, you can actually get the right woman to spray tan you where it looks blendable to where it looks like it's your actual skin tone. Whoo, girl. That man makes my blood pressure go up. He gets my Native American blood where I want to have a powwow on that ass. And believe me, if I had a powwow on that ass, I probably would go to jail myself. Oh. And like I said, with the things that are going on, I mean, Nikki girl, I'm telling you, I have family that defends this man too. I mean, I have an aunt, but my aunt's kind of crazy. She's out there. I mean, she's really out there. I love her, but she's out there. But there's nothing honest that I can honestly say. I mean, since the dawn, since I saw him, like from Jerry Springer, Arsenio Hall shows, I was like throwing my Coke cans at the age of 5 at the TV. And my grandpa was laughing at me. He's like, you don't like him? I'm like, ugh. I couldn't stand him. And I was like, I hope he dies before he gets old. So far from my hopes, damn it. I mean, everyone was like, he's going to be in the White House. I was like, I hope not. I hope not. I hope not. I mean, it's like everybody knew he was going to get in the White House. So you knew it was planned. It was planned because it was on cartoons. It was on movies. They joked about it on TV shows. So somewhere, somehow it was planned. It's been mentioned years before he got in there. And it's not because it was some religious sort of mumbo jumbo thing. I'm Cherokee and Blackfoot. I don't know how much, because neither side of my family has kept up with how much we have, but they said as long as you know you have it, then just say you're native. You're native, you're native. But the thing is, I hope this coming election that they get him out, because I'm tired of hearing the things that he was put in the White House because he's a man of God and all this other. Every time I hear that, I just want to throw up on everybody that says that. Because I'm sitting there literally wishing that my head could spin like Linda Blair and I could throw pea soup at them. I'm just like, he's not a man of God. He's like, if anything, he would be the fucking Antichrist, okay? All right, baby. Yeah, money put him there. He cheated the damn vote. He cheated the vote. They pretty much admitted it. I mean, it's like, if you want to know anything, the mob put him there, if anything.
She's calling you, by the way.
Who?
Grandma is calling you.
Can you go check on her real quick? Just go knock on the door and tell her I'll be there in a second because I'm doing a video. Tell her I'll be there in a second. But like I said, like the friends he has, people should question that. But my main thing is because of the comments he made, like about, because everybody sees what he says on Twitter because of all the racist comments. I mean, he says so many things on Twitter. It's like unbelievable. And I mean, everybody needs to save everything he says on Twitter. And I think Saturday Night Live saves everything. And I'm glad that they do, because they do so much skits of everything he does. I mean, he got so pissed at Alec Baldwin, Johnny Depp, because they don't like him. And that's why they're like, I love Johnny Depp. Because Johnny Depp hates him. That's why I love Johnny Depp. That's my boy. I might have to step away for a minute, trying to figure out what's going on in the other part of the domain of the house, because my mom was taking a shower and my son's talking through her to the door. I'm trying to figure out what's going on. What's going on? But I'll go ahead and talk to y'all for a second until he comes back. But my thing is, thank you. My thing that I'm trying to bring to people is the overall racism. Is everything okay?
No, she almost fell 34 times in the bathroom.
How?
She was in the bathtub. I don't know how. All I know is that she was about to fall. So she was calling you or me.
And she has her chair.
Yeah, that's the thing. So I told her to just get out.
She needs to get a better chair. We're going to have to get a better chair.
She needs to just rest. She might not be able to go tomorrow. But yeah, Donald Trump's a jackass. Short, plain simple. He's an idiot. Racism and the purge needs to fucking stop.
Yeah, my son doesn't like it.
Yeah, no. Y'all really acting fucking wild out here, just being a bunch of fucking hypocritical jackasses. How are you gonna fight violence with violence?
Yeah. I mean, that's one thing I agree with too, is the violence with violence thing with the purge. I mean, I understand. That's another thing I want to talk about. I understand that they were protesting. I know, baby. Nikki said hi. She was there when you were doing the reading, baby. She was the one that was talking with you.
Well, tell her I said hello and good night.
He said hi, and he also said good night. He's going memes. He's tired. Probably not. But like my thing, I understand why they're upset and in certain areas, but they don't need to attack the stores. If anything, they need to go protest at the police station and not be attacking businesses, because
they're actually attacking people.
I know, but to me, she says angels on your pillow, sweetie. um, but I mean, I understand why they're mad, but you know, with them doing this kind of thing, it might rile up more kind of stuff. And that's what I'm worried about, because it might get more racism flared up, and I don't want that, because it's going to get even harder, and that's what I'm worried about, because you know, I'm extremely upset that even had to happen. Hey sweetie, that's my youngest. And I mean, that part even pissed me off, because even when I heard about that, I'm just like, over a dog, seriously? And you had to literally kneel down on a poor man over a dog, and you couldn't even lift up your knee. And Donald Trump is calling these people thugs, which I can understand to a point, as some of them may be acting thuggish, but the other ones are just pissed because some of them may know him in other cities, that like in Michigan, that are acting out. Some of them may know him, and then some of them, they could be just acting silly and they need to calm their asses down and quit acting wild. But they can calm it down. The half of it, yeah, because you're the only one that put the half of it back, baby. Your dad has a whole one that's his. Donut until grandma eats it. Ask grandma if you can get one of those, because I don't know if we can get into those yet. That's got apple in it, I think. So like an apple turnover, I think. Sweets in my kids, I swear. Yeah, it's an apple turnover, and that is a cherry turnover. I'm gonna kill my mom with these sweets. And my kids love them. But you know, my thing is, my goal is bring awareness to the racism. And like I've told a lot of people, I'm just one voice, and I would like to stamp it out as much as possible. And I would really like to, because I get sick of it. And people like Trump, they're like a hornet's nest that just like agging it on, because he's against, you know, he's like a white supremacist. And that's why I dislike him the most, because he's against any type of color. He's against people that do not have money, which I understand that you're proud that you know, but the thing is, he's never had to earn his money, because he was given it. He was born with like a 24 karat spoon in his mouth. Man's never had to earn anything. And his parents literally like probably paid off his teachers. That's why he seems really stupid. I mean, he does not seem like he has any education, to be honest, because it's like the things he says is fucking dumb. I mean, like,
all my best ideas, I'm gonna make the best idea. I'm gonna make a glass wall.
That's my youngest son. He clowns on him hard. But I mean, serious. Educated people do not say the shit he says. I mean, listen to Bill Gates. Xander. What's that guy? Stephen Hawkins. Okay, man that literally had no legs, had no working arms or anything, had to use everything with intelligent man that would actually had a computer speak for him. He said more intelligent things than Trump, and he couldn't even speak. Okay. Albert Einstein. He said more intelligent things than Trump. Trump does not have an education. It's like his parents bought the teachers to come in from homeschool and said, you know, yeah, exactly. Yeah, I bet your dog is smarter than him too. I mean, seriously, it's like they bought the tutors, or he went to private schools, and any time that probably all his grades he failed, they went in, slipped all the teachers probably like $100,000, pass his grades. And that's not me being a bitch. Man is stupid. It's like he's never had to work a hard job in his life. He knows money because his dad taught him how to work money. If you're taught how to work money, you don't need an education. If it's family taught, you don't need an education. That's it. And his dad taught him how to manipulate the system. It's family owned, family operated, and his dad taught him business 101. And he didn't need an education. So his dad, like I said, probably bought his teachers, and he's like, give him an education, pass him through all the way up to high school, give him a diploma. If the man ever went to college, probably same thing applied. So he can, get a business degree or whatever the hell he has, which I don't even know if the man has a degree because I haven't even Googled him because I really don't give a flying shit. But I mean, the man, if he did anything on his own that was not successfully granted to him by his family, then he can honestly say, okay, I did this on my own. I earned this on my own. I got this on my own. I worked by my blood, sweat, and tears, earned this with my own money, buy my own education, buy my own smarts. This is mine. I'm a good person. He can't. And people can't sit here and defend him. And when people were talking shit about Obama's that type of man. He actually earned everything he had. He's that type of man that went to every single grade, earning and I hate to talk about politics, but it goes to show you someone that comes from poverty and someone that comes from riches, how they appreciate certain things. Someone that appreciates education and a hardworking industry and takes pride in their life, or someone who don't. Like poor George Floyd. That man was probably working hard for his life and doing everything he can, like our late President Obama. God knows what George Floyd would have done with his life. He could have been, none of us know what he was doing with his life. None of us know. That cop doesn't even know what he was doing with his life. He could have been a future doctor. He could have been a future child psychiatrist that would have, made something big for children. None of us know what he could have done. But that cop took his life away at such a young, at an early life at that. He ended his life like that. And here we have a racist president. Now, we had Obama right now. Obama would have all this shit calm down right now. This shit would not be happening. Not because he's a black president, but he would tell them, you know what, this cop is going to get punished correctly. And it's because it was a black guy. No. Because he understands proper procedures need to be done. Now, because it was a white cop and we have a racist president in the office and he ain't going to want a white cop being punished because he's a white dick. Exactly. Now I can understand, say, if George was sitting there threatening the woman and he was trying to hurt her and he may have a knife to her or some shit like that, I can maybe understand the cop being a little rough with him. Okay. He could have handcuffed him and took him down to the police station. But none of that happened. None of it happened. All he did is he was in the park. The lady had the dog loose. And he asked the lady when they came up to each other if she could put her dog on the leash. And she was being a bitch, arguing with him. And the bitch called the cop on him for him asking her to leash her dog, which there is a leash law, I mind you all. Once I share this, there's a leash law in all 50 states, if I'm not mistaken. Hang on. Is there a leash law for dogs in all 50 states? I'm trying to make sure because I don't want to seem like a liar. The law states that unlawful for the owner or keeper of any dog to fail to keep by later. Hang on a minute. Only 2 states, Michigan and Pennsylvania, have laws that address some form of control or restraint for all dogs. And bitch did not have her dog on a restraint or what? Leash. And the cop did not even recite her, ticket her, or anything, which in other states, we indirectly mandate restraints for dogs by outlawing loose dogs, often called dogs at large. States may give municipals the right to adopt referendums, whatever the fuck word that is, or ordinance that require leashes. So see, bitch was out of place, and so was the cop. So see, the cop should have 2 strikes. So he should be definitely arrested, and he should be definitely one on death row. So see, the family should have this shit pulled up, which I just pulled it up on Google, and then I put it up on there. It says what states have dog leash laws, and it says only 2 states. And I'm going to see if I can get the glare off my phone. See? So y'all can see it yourselves that I'm not tripping balls. So I'm not being a bitch. See, me, I'm a proper investigator. That's why a lot of people wanted me to be a cop. I didn't want to be a cop. Bitch ain't no snitch. I was actually supposed to be in special forces, actually. I was in ROTC, and I was supposed to be in special ops, special forces. Supposed to be hunting down people like Osama bin Laden. That was my shit. But I got pregnant with my light hair, blue-eyed baby instead. That was a better life for me. Because I think if I had got too crazy, I would have lost who I am. So that was a better life for me. But what I'm trying to show you guys, the cop was definitely in the wrong more than once. The bitch was definitely in the wrong. This goes to show you that evil coincides and that people see something going wrong. I don't give a fuck if you feel it's wrong. If you see someone struggling, and even if it's a cop, you need to bum rush a cop. I don't care if you get cited and if you go to jail with someone, tackle the fucking cop. If I was have been there, I'd have tackled the cop myself. You know, I'd have been sitting next to jail with George. Okay. I may have been to jail. My husband would have been laughing, but homeboy would have been alive. So I would have done that. You know, that's the type of person I am. I would not have stand by and let some cop sit there and do that. If I'd have seen someone struggling for air, I would have tackled somebody. I don't give a fuck if they're wearing a badge in a fucking cop suit. Motherfucker would need to tase me. I played football, so they're going to have fun trying to tase me before I ransack them. Good luck with that shit. And believe me, I was a running back and a quarterback, so have fun trying to get this 300-pound girl. Have fun with that, honey. And trust me, there's a lot of muscle behind this beef too, honey. But that's another thing people need to think about. When they tell you don't stand idly by, like I tell you, just because you see a badge does not mean you need to stand by and let someone do something that's brutally wrong. That's what a lot of people need to understand too. You know, tackle them first, record what you see, then tackle. Okay? Because then you have evidence against that cop, and then you don't get punished. That's what I would have done. I would have recorded, and then that cop's ass would have been mine. And trust me, I probably would have got a good punch in after I tackled him too. But honestly, this family needs to press charges, and they need to keep pressing charges until this motherfucker gets to jail and he gets to death row. And they also need to press charges on the woman that did not, if they need to find out who this bitch was, and they need to press charges on her too. Because it's also her fault he died. Because if it wasn't for her, this shit wouldn't have happened. So I would press charges on her too. Because it's not fair that an innocent life had to get lost over a fucking dog. A fucking dog. To me, if I was going to lose my life over something, it would be over a war that meant something. Like, you know, we're fighting over a dispute that we could not like, over a foreign country that just was pure evil, that just wanted to invade our country, that wanted to take over our country, that wanted to dictate us and, you know, enslave us and make us pretty much like what Trump's doing to us right now. But, you know, no one's thinking like I am, but whatever. But that, to me, that's something we're dying for. That's something we're fighting for. If, you know, something like that, you know, wars like Pearl Harbor. Honestly, I don't think Vietnam was a war worth fighting, because they could have totally avoided Vietnam. That's just USA being a bunch of big bullies. And of course, Agent Orange. I'm a child of Agent Orange. My mom is a child of Agent Orange. Half my family is children of Agent Orange. I don't really appreciate that shit. Trust me, I love my animals, and after I had my kids, I love my animals. I've held a lot of my animals as they passed, but only very few things I'd give my life for. It had to be my family. I couldn't, if I didn't have my children, it would be my animals, but it would have to be my kids. But yeah, he's wanting to tag a donut already. He's like, this? It's like,
Get a donut so I can have a donut.
It's like, all right, Wrath, you don't need a donut yet, kiddo. Am I gonna have to get you a brand new chair that just circles you like a halo? Like a bumper car?
I was really ruggedy and man.
Have you been drinking some tequila?
I'm wondering. Magically, I'm drinking it in mine.
Yeah, my kids are still in the house, so I'm glad they are, because my kids, girl, they keep me sane. And my kids, I mean, even if my kids were still here, even if they weren't here, I'd still do the same thing for them. Even if I heard something was going on, I'd find a way to get to them. I'd find a way to get to them regardless. I gotta show y'all one of mine. He's finally out. Come here, newbie. Come here. This is one of my babies. This is the Anubis. He's my chocolates Burmese. I forgot what he was. He's my baby. You can barely see his face because he's so dark. He's my baby. He's my big baby.
All right, Xander.
He's a big boy. Only girls I had, they passed away on me, and that kicked my butt. Me and my mom shared them both. They were both Maine Coon girls. The mama, she had uterus problems, and yeah, my girl, Wolfette, I lost her on Halloween, which was hard for me. And she had got pregnant with 2 twins, which was Tina and Leo.
Which was from my kitty.
Which is from Roman, the big black Maine Coon, the black and white Maine Coon that you see a lot on there. And then
Mhm.
and then my other one's upstairs that's still living because I lost Tina and I lost Leo. And then the only one left alive is Riddick, which is the twin almost to Daddy. He literally looks just like Daddy. He just got a black chin. So my mom calls him Nikki Six. She's like, he looks like Nikki Six.
Xander,
Stan, Grandma said you can have a donut.
your brother's gonna get pissed at me though.
Yeah, he is. He's gonna kill you that you get a donut and he don't. He's all ha. You brat.
No donut for you.
Nikki's like, yeah, right. I'm gonna get a glazed. But yeah, whew. That's just one thing I'm trying to bring awareness to is if everybody can start, banding together in every city and start racism awareness in every city and every ordinance. And
Okay.
I mean, the supremacists are getting bigger and worse, and everybody needs to band together against the supremacies because people don't understand how big the supremacies are, let alone we have a president that's in the supremacy. And it's bad that it got that far. You're losing a chocolate donut, Mom. And it's on the chip bag. My mother is shaming me.
I'm shaming myself.
She doesn't know how to eat a donut no more, and she just got out of the shower.
I told him
You're everywhere.
what I could do over there.
You need to stay out of the tequila.
Apparently, I've been drinking it in my naps or something.
Anubis, I am worried about your grandmother, buddy. Yeah. You too?
Where is my cat?
Which one?
My big black and white furry one.
He's probably in the bed pouting with you.
Do I throw the power?
Oh, you got a Siamese that's sick.
Mm. Here, pull up the prayer for our cats. Tell it. Pull up the prayer.
Oh, Blue Nose Pit. Oh, I read that wrong. Blue Nose Pit, black and white.
What's a blue nose pit?
I don't know. I read that. I thought it was a blue eyes. I don't know how I got that read wrong.
Why is a blue nose pit though?
It's got a sick tooth abscess, and she says she wants a donut. If I can actually transmute a donut through the screen, I would. Yeah, I think her sugar's dropping because she had. You ate a lot of Chinese food.
But that was early. How early was that? It was around 8 or 9 o'clock. So
yeah, I ain't taking my nighttime pills either.
I know.
Naughty. Oh.
My cat's driving me crazy.
Okay, how do you have a blue nose cat? Am I reading that wrong, Nikki? Blue nose. No, it says blue nose pit, black and white. Nikki, did you type that right? I want a Krispy Kreme.
Those are so fucking good. And we don't have one in Temple. Oh my God.
Girl, we don't hardly have nothing where we live. I hate where we live because we used to have a Baskin Robbins. They closed it. We used to have different. Oh, okay. You have a pit bull. Okay. You want a kitty. Okay. Yeah, my mom used to have a brindle. He used to be jealous of me. Then he got real cool with me. And then she had to get rid of him because my grandma was a real Twitter.
No, he got jealous of you.
I thought he got cool with me after a while.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Bo got okay with me. He stayed jealous.
No, he got jealous.
But I thought he got okay after a while. Okay, I guess he never got over the jealousy of me. I thought he was okay.
He loved killing animals.
Yeah, he liked killing rabbits. He thought he was in, what's that movie called? Perfect Instinct? No. Total Instinct? What's that one with?
You said Total Instinct.
Total Instinct, yeah. It had Kurt Douglas and
What's her name?
I can't think of her name. I got her face. She played
Hi, Dio.
Dio. He's the Dio. That's my grandkitty. He's the grandbaby. He's the grandbaby. He's looking at the computer like, what the heck? He looks solid black when he's like that.
Gigi. What do you mean, Gigi?
Come here. Let me show them how you look. He's gotten bigger. Oh, he's gotten big. He's gotten so much bigger. He's grown a lot.
There is my Roro.
He's following he's following his adopted son. Yeah, my boy's baby gotten big. He's had a growth spurt. He's slapping your adopted daddy. Let me show you how big my mom's one is here. Let me get Roacho. Come here, Roach.
This is what he looks like.
Oh my god. Ugh. This is the big one. Ugh. Look how big the feet are. Like, yeah.
And Roman baby's my kitten.
Oh, yeah.
He's a daddy. If he's not trying to kill me.
And this kitten lets me do anything.
Fatal attraction. There we go.
Mom, this kitten let me does anything.
Oh, you're going to do the shotgun? He's a Tommy gun. I
And his tail's still
Sandra.
content.
Give him some
yes, because he's your baby.
Had none all day.
Nah, he hasn't.
Sandra.
Yeah, my mom's boy is huge. That's Maine Coon kitty. They get bigger than that.
Oh, yeah.
He's like kind of medium small compared to the big ones.
Mhm.
The big ones get really big.
Right.
That's what she said. Oh, wait, no.
Yeah. It's the house full of pussy.
No, these are all boys.
Yeah, these are all boys. I need to get some more girls in the house. There's my newbie.
You almost
They
sound
all
like
want
kitten.
some, look out.
Yeah, they're all wanting treats
You
now.
want some? Yeah.
Everybody's gonna be all like, okay, she was first talking about different stuff. Now we're seeing a bunch of cats. It's like, see cats, cheer up.
Roman.
Happiness.
Believe it or not, they say that petting any sort of animal that has
It
really soft
stress.
fur, it relieves stress and it gives you a certain yeah, that's my youngest baby that you hear talking. The one that was shooting the cat like a gun. That's my youngest. He's the one that he's like the full engine almost. That's the baby. He's the baby.
Thank you, Sandra.
Yeah, he's my full baby. And he's the one that looks full engine on me.
He needs to go brush that hair.
Yeah, he got wild man hair.
I think he needs to start getting his hair braided.
His hair is bad as me. It is. It says that they used to tell me to do that when I had anxiety. And then that's when my mom finally, they got my big cat. They didn't think he was going to be as big as he was. And he was half bobcat, half house cat. They didn't know that he was going to have the bobcat gene. He stood up to literally up to my knee when he got full size. He was a big boy. And my friends are sitting there. They almost like shat their pants. They were like, "Was he part Rottweiler?" I'm like, "No." They do. They said it's a good endorphin release, that it gives you kind of like a euphoric sense. That yeah, therapy. They said it's really good because like if you sleep with them and cuddle with them, that it's very calming. It gets the anxiety down. It sets the depression down. And that once you start training them to do that, they'll kind of sense when you start having that going on, and they'll come to you naturally because they can start feeling that vibration off of you. And then they'll come to you when you start having that phase, and they'll just attract and they'll come to you and comfort you during that time. Because now the Maine Coon, like I told my mom, he's coming to her in those times, and now he just starts vibrating to her automatically. And I told her he would eventually, and she thought I was tripping balls. Now he's literally like on top of her nonstop, and she's like, ugh. I'm like, I told you he would. I know these things. And she's like, okay, can you get him off me now? I'm like, nope. It's like, you wanted it, deal with it. But she's loving it. She loves it. She missed it.
I did because my other one was always on top of me.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, because Furby was always on top of her. And then when it wasn't Furby, then it was Wolfette and Tina.
Yeah, Wolfette and Tina always laid on too.
Yeah. And then when they weren't, my cat, Yugi, before he passed away, he loved cuddling with my mom. And then so did my cat, Xavier. He loved cuddling with her before he passed away.
Did you see the cereal I got you?
Ooh, Grandma got you cereal. Grandma got you cereal. Come look.
I'm trying to find where it's at.
Yeah, they know about moods too. Like if I'm in a certain mood, even they'll come check on me. What's wrong?
There it is.
I'm like, did they misplace it again?
And if you don't like it, I'll eat it.
Oh, he likes Fruit Loops. She got you Fruit Loops with marshmallows. Puppy. He said, okay. I don't think he's complaining.
And there's ours.
Your baby's name is Xavier? That is irony. That is total irony right there. That is wild. That was actually my big white. He's white with pale yellow.
Real blue eyes.
Yeah. That was actually her son that just graduated.
That's cool.
That is rad.
Well, congratulations.
Congratulations.
Good job.
That is awesome. My oldest graduated last year?
2 years ago.
2 years ago. Yeah, 2 years ago. He's in college now. That's a good job. I know that's stressful because graduating high school, that's a big step. That's a big step. So huge congratulations to your baby.
Milestone.
That's a big milestone right there. So I'm very, very happy for your baby girl. Tell Xavier very, very congratulations from my family to him. Because especially right now, oh my gosh.
It's very important.
Your dog's name is Gage. Ah, I love that name, Gage. Is that from Pet Cemetery? You're welcome. Only reason why I ask, I remember the son's name is Gage off Pet Cemetery.
Oh, God bless America.
My youngest is still.
Can you open that?
I'm almost done. Almost done. I'm not having no more. I'm just gonna have animals. I will have grandchildren, and that's it. Oh, what am I doing? Y'all did not see that. I was being a blonde. Nikki, you do not want cream.
Yeah, you wanted it.
Nikki, this is not what you think.
Ramen and Dio.
Nice. If anybody wants to know, go to my live chat because y'all are probably sitting here wondering what the hell I'm talking about. I'm in live chat talking. People are like, who the hell she's talking to? Oh, okay. No, it's Cage, not Gage. Cage.
Nicholas Cage.
Yeah, you remember the little boy from Pet Cemetery?
Pet Cemetery, yeah.
Yeah, it's Cage. Gage or
What are you
Cage?
playing? Really?
Yes.
I don't remember it being like, oh, there he is.
Yeah, it's a different one. I think they have like, is it all 5 at Devil May Cry?
Yeah, I think I have them all.
Watch the original. The new remake, it sucked. I'll tell you that right now.
I actually liked it, too. I liked it.
I'm not giving you no spoilers, but
It was good. Yes.
no.
It wasn't as good, but it was good.
Yeah, we're going off subject.
We
We're-
always do.
Yeah, I go off on a million subjects, and I like totally.
Especially if mom comes in.
I'm totally deviate from the subject that I originally started on the video, and people are like, "What the actual living f?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I do that. I'm hyperactive. I'm like Bonnie Plunkett from Mom. I have ADD, which I actually do. I actually have ADD and ADHD and OCD, so and OCCCDDD. I have so many DDs, I can't keep up with them.
Why am
Ooh,
I unplugged?
you're unplugged from
The
what?
water.
Because my child forgot to plug you back in.
Cesar, come here.
I like the name Kane. And then Kane came on from the wrestling.
Or from the Bible. Cain and Abel. Or from Lucifer. Cain. Zan,
More like
come
Lucifer.
hither.
Fine.
Plug
Double
the
D's.
water.
Yes, double D's.
Plug the water back in.
Doesn't mean I can have another, but it's just a sugar.
Not chocolate.
I don't
Child,
want
you don't need too much sugar. You're going to be literally like the hyper cat from the wall again. I ain't never going to get no sleep.
chocolate. What sleep?
Give him a melatonin right now.
You seen when I gave him a Tylenol PM.
I said, no. I said, Tylenol.
Just don't do shit for him.
Make him coffee. That is like Folgers or that other coffee. Don't make him. It's good coffee. No sugar.
Nice. She wanted to name her son Lucifer. I like that. That's bold, and I like that. Hell yeah. I like
You
that.
know what? I would have. If I had a son, I would name him Damien Lucifer.
Oh, I would have loved to look on Grandma's face for that. Oh, God. Grandma would have been like, oh, my freaking God, we're going to hell. Oh, shit. I'd have been like, hey. Why couldn't you give me a cool name like Lilith? What the fuck? So you named me a witch and you couldn't name me like something awesome. I mean, a witch is cool, but you know, it's like, I love that. My grandma said no. My grandma would have flipped out. I'm surprised she didn't flip out. Well, no, she found a reason that my name was cool. She had to flip in the Bible to find out that my name was okay.
Well, she still, it didn't have an I, it had an E.
Yeah.
And I thought, I don't care. Well, she liked Bewitched.
Yeah, she liked Bewitched, so she was okay with it. I'm surprised she didn't try to make you come up with some floozy name like that bitch off of fucking Green Acres, the Vunka, whatever, the Vondel,
Jana.
Zsa Gabor. Even though I thought Zsa was funny, but I'm surprised. I mean, my grandmother like my real name, Nikki Bruh. Did I say that right? Nick Bruh?
How you
It's
spell
Nikibra. That is unique. Are you like Italian and
Well, definitely not Italian.
like Italian and Mexican or no? What she's got native in her. Oh, I did say it right. Okay.
Is she talking on her mic?
No, she's typing in live chat.
Oh,
That is wild. It's unique because I really don't hear it. I've never heard it.
actually, that's cool. 5 names that you never hear.
Yeah, my mom likes very unique names that you never hear. I mean, like I had a friend named Nicola that I never heard it. It's like when I lived out in Colorado, I had hardly never heard of none of the names when I lived out there. I was like, the hell? My dad made it from 2 sandwiches. I thought I said sandwiches. Sanchez. 2 Sanchez. He made it from 2 hookers? When I hear Sanchez, I think of two hookers, like hookers.
Sanchez is like my bro.
I know, but no, Sanchez is no. When you say Sancha, like you're my Sancho. Like I'm gonna go see my Sancho. Like Sanche. Nobody has it. And like you know what I'm saying, because like when they say in Mexican, like that's your Sancho, that's your, you know what I'm saying. That's what they refer to as.
So Jacob's your son. So
Believe me, he refers himself sometimes when he's being crazy. I'm like, you better stop it. That's why he gets smacked when he says it. And he's like, oh, who's your Sancho? And that's why I'm like, boy, you better stop that. That's why he's laughing his ass off. I'm like, you crazy ass. My husband teases me, but he's like the whitest coconut I have ever seen in my life. Because he's like brown outside, but white inside, because he does not hardly speak like a lick of English.
Oh, he's been trying.
Girls he's cheated on with. See, I was right. See? I know my Spanish. Side chick. Ay, chiquita. So your mom hears your name every time. She's like, puto, I'm going to kill you. You're like, Mom, just call me Nikki. Oh my God. I can just imagine that. Nicole and Barbara.
Oh my God.
Oh, any bad? I know a Nicole and a Barbara too. That's bad. That's so bad. And actually, that's pretty bad too. Because those are actually two really well-known hoochie names.
Especially Nicole.
Don't say that. I like Nicole. Well, I only like one Nicole. And that's Nikki Bella. That's it. Because she's being a good girl. That's it.
It's Mickey Doll still hoochie.
Because she's finally,
Because he's knocked up and she was guy before
she was going to name me Crystal. That's actually cool. Well, actually, no, I don't mind the name Crystal because I actually like crystals. So, yeah, that wouldn't be a bad name. But I do know a lot of bad crystals, though. Just like my name, I know a lot of girls with my names that I do not like. Oh, that's why I put my nickname up. Because I get like, are you that one? I'm like, oh, hell no, I'm not that girl. No. I get mixed up with so many other girls with my name, and I'm like, no. Middle name is after different. That's cool.
Dad would name you if I didn't beat him to the draw.
He probably gave me some wild ass name, and then I would have had to fucking break his neck. I'd be like, motherfucker. I would have chased him down and beat his ass and left.
And he told me he was either not name her Tabitha or whatever I want.
You never asked him what he wanted to name me, did you?
Nope.
Oh, shit. Huh. Aragon? That's crazy because we actually have some of those here in Texas. Aragons? Or is it Aguilon? Aguilon. I'm thinking about Aguilon. Yeah, Aguilon. Yeah, thinking about Aguilon. But I do know some Aragon. I think I know some. I think. I may be tripping. I trip a lot at this time of night. It's the bewitching hour. I trip a lot. There's a lot of shit up in the house, and it does not know how to shut up. It's like, you know this person. Hey! The ghosts do not know how to shut up in this house. They like talking in these walls. It's like these walls talk too much, and these ones need to shut up. It's like people think, hearing ghosts are so great sometimes. It's like, you ever heard them, you wouldn't think that. It's like, I don't want the gift to go away, but sometimes it's like, can you guys just goes chill in another part of the house to have a conversation. Especially like when I'm trying to have a conversation with someone else and I start talking, like I hear voices and they're like, is she okay? I'm like, guys, I'm clairvoyant. I do have some psychic abilities. I can hear fucking ghosts. I'm not fucking crazy.
You can hear fucking ghosts.
Family from Pecos, Texas. Oh, okay, then maybe I do.
From where?
Pecos, Texas. I think I'm saying it right. It's Pecos, Texas.
Pecos.
Pecos, Pico, Pico, Pico. Pico, Pico. I always say that one weird. Jacob laughs at me when I say it. Was like, I want Pico, Pico. Yeah. Same. It actually got more clear as I came in my 20s. I would see them. First time I did it, when I first saw them, is when I tried to kill myself, and that's when I did a no-no. Because I was probably going to get the gift anyway, but when I decided to try to commit suicide, they're like, oh, you really want to see us? Okay, ta-da! I feel like the guy from La Llorona, where he's like, ta-da! It's like how I feel they did. I was like, oh, I didn't know there was this many around. I mean, it was so clear. Oh, I said it right? Okay. But there was like so many. It was like how Constantine kind of saw it, but it wasn't red. It's like I saw like there's like a whole dark, like grayscaled. It's like everywhere was like almost like a tunnel of cemeteries,
You know what?
like in between living and purgatory.
That is purgatory.
Lovely. Okay, well, I didn't know it was that
Because
bad.
You were committing suicide. You're not going to go to hell or heaven, either one at that time. You're going to be in purgatory for quite some time.
So I was close to getting there.
Yeah.
Well, I drank milk and then it calmed down. So
So
I didn't know where I was.
That's why people tell you when you're committing suicide, you're committing the worst death ever. So.
Yeah, I didn't know that. So I saw more than what I had thought. So yeah, that's when you get certain ascensions at certain years of kind of like your birthdays. And in my 20th, like I forgot which thing is like my 25th or 26th. I had.
Did you see my poor watermelon?
I did not see it. I will check it out. I will have to tell you that story in a minute. Oh shit. But I think it was my 25th or 26th when I had that ascension. I was out hugging a tree. It's like I loved Mother Nature. I was just out flipping I was freaking out half the neighbors. They didn't know what the fuck was. Well, I drink milk anyway, but when I know I'm doing something utterly stupid and how far gone I was at that time, I was like 11, 12, and I had taken God knows how many Tylenols. God knows, I ain't gonna tell y'all everything I had done trying to commit suicide, but the safest thing they told me when you're doing something stupid and you're trying not to kill yourself, drink a shit ton of milk and try to throw up, and that's what I did. Oh, she just turned 41.
Really?
Uh-huh.
Happy birthday. I'm going to be 61 in July.
And her gift for that is getting stronger. Like she's getting more of the ascension.
For which one?
For hearing and feeling and seeing the dead.
At 41?
Mm-hmm.
When did she actually realize she was lived?
When did you notice that your gifts and kind of stepping into the witchy wild ways, did you notice that? She said yuck milk. I still think that's funny. I mean, that's the thing that saved my butt.
Actually, sounds like somebody I know. I just can't place it.
My other sister,
Who?
Rain. She hates milk unless it's chocolate.
Mm.
Watermelon. Ooh. 5 years cold. 5 years ago.
So did she come into it naturally or?
Naturally, right? Yeah, I think she came natural. I get that natural feeling from her. I mean, we pick up on each other a lot.
Does that gift bother her?
It doesn't bother you, does it, Nikki? Yeah. She likes strawberry milk like Dre.
What are you doing, Xander? Spitting out of Nubis.
She said, yeah,
Yeah, what?
it does bother her.
Well, she's probably seen ones that she don't want to see. Tell her to learn to talk to them. You know, tell her if, you know, she doesn't have to talk to them out loud. Tell her she can talk to them mentally.
Yeah.
And tell her, you know, she learns to speak to them a lot of times. If she does that, tell them, you know, if they need to go, you know, just to go ahead and go, or, you know, if they got something else to do, you know, that she's busy. She doesn't have time for them at the moment, you know, or something like that. Or if they got something they want to tell somebody, to write a note, you know, what they want to say. You know, a lot of them are residuals. You know, the biggest majority of dead people are residuals.
Yeah, residual
They're just doing the
haunts,
same
kind
thing
of.
over and over and over and over
Yeah.
and over and over. And you're going to see them like almost all the time.
Yeah.
So, you know, you got to get used to those ones.
Okay. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Okay. What Mom suggested, I don't know if you heard her. She said a lot of times what a lot of people don't know, which I know we're getting off topic, but this might help with other people that sometimes might get hauntings after stuff like this tends to happen. What you can do is you don't have to talk to a spirit out loud. That's what a lot of people don't understand. You can talk to them telepathically. You can talk to them mentally, because sometimes all they need is someone to talk to, because sometimes all they need is just that connection, is just to tell their story to, so they can get some sort of peace. Or sometimes they are residual. They're just repeating what happened as, you know, day to day. You can normally tell if it's residual, because if they're repeating the same thing at a certain time, at a, you know, specific spot every day at a specific time, then it's residual. But if it's different and they're doing something different out of place at different times at various places, then it's not residual. But normally, which I know sometimes seeing certain spirits, sometimes you see them in the way that they died. Sometimes you see them very horrific. And if you let them know telepathically, like, hey, I'm kind of seeing you in a very bad way. I'm going to try to close my eyes and talk to you in a different light, you know, speak to me the way I'm speaking to you if you can. Normally they will. And just, you know, ask them what they need. Excuse me. Watermelon giving me gas. Burpee. Sometimes that gives them some sort of peace, because sometimes all they need is just someone to talk to and just set some little peace, because it's just that
Spider.
they're not understanding why he's coming. Fast. I've been thinking about helping them, but I need to find them. Wait, helping them, but I need to find me. Yeah, I understand that. Trust me.
Mom, look at this spider.
What?
Look at the spider right here.
It's got different colored legs.
Or before.
I see it.
Hurry before I put hot sauce on this.
No, don't. Just go ahead and squish it. Don't play with it. Ew. La cucaracha. No spider.
It had different colored legs.
Spider. Okay, I don't want it. Stop.
He goes, I want. Yeah. Get away from me.
Alec, this deal. My grandkitty likes eating bugs
I
and
took the other one. There was another spider. It was very small. It was like a little invisible spider, but I killed it.
I'm gonna have to like get this house sprayed from spiders.
Oh no, I'm gonna buy seven dust.
No, I'm actually
Get some
gonna pop.
bags.
I'm gonna get the people to come spray because
Yeah, but if I put the seven dust out, it won't make a difference too.
I'm tired of spiders.
You and me both,
They're
man.
everywhere.
That's why I keep my feet up off the floor all the time.
I'm getting this house bombarded by spiders. I'm tired of these. I feel like I'm in the movie 8-Legged Freaks in this house.
Oh, shit.
I feel like David Arquette. I'm sick of these 8-Legged Freaks.
No kidding.
But yeah, just work with your journey and your meditation, and just take your
Sarah,
steps
why
with
is his
it.
feet wet?
He's like, I don't know, Grandma. I got scared. His head's wet too. What the heck?
Why is he wet, Xander?
He's got stuff on his head. Alex,
Alex, why is he wet?
Oh,
Your cat.
he's got stuff on his head.
how?
Check him out.
What the hell?
Unless Roman was licking him.
Xander, come check him out.
Maybe you need to go clean the cat box.
Yeah, I understand that, girl. Believe me. My mom and myself, we had to go through that stuff. So
I think it's out of the cat box.
Roman might have been playing in the cat box.
Yeah, it's cat box.
Yeah, and he got all over me.
Lovely.
I just took a bath.
Ugh.
It's definitely cat box. I smelled his ear.
Ugh.
You need to get a wipe you and clean them out.
Hey,
Cats.
don't attack me. I didn't do nothing. What I do? I'm your daddy.
But yeah, it does get better. It's just bad timing sometimes when things do tend to pop up. But I know a lot of people are like, why does it choose now? These things, just like anything in life, it doesn't have kind of like a decoder. It's probably been waiting to have a time to pop up. It's just not had a right time to awaken. It's just now had its time to been like, now that maybe that you've had more time to focus on yourself now, maybe since maybe you've had more undivided attention to yourself. Yeah, I had to take care of my grandma. So yeah, taking care of a senior is a lot. My heart goes out to you. I understand the appointments, the medicines, the bathing, the changing, especially if they're incognate. Oh, yeah. I know exactly what you mean. And especially if they have dementia, Alzheimer's on top of it. Yeah, I'm right there with you, girl. My corazón is right there with you. Oh. And I don't wish that on anyone. And trust me, I don't understand why, like, if you have other family like mine, like I used to ask them, why can't y'all just come and just take her for a weekend? Oh my gosh. Ugh. Dang. Oh my God. And she's blind? Oh, pobrecita. You got real bad. So you literally got to do everything, like literally everything. You had to walk her everywhere pretty much, like it being 90 because, oh, wow. No, I can imagine old people, man, they get rickety, man. I mean, they get feisty when they get old. I mean, they get very feisty. I mean, I mean, you think at our age we're feisty? Man, I don't look forward to getting old. I really don't. Like I told my husband, man, like 50 and 60, I want to die peacefully. And I know that's really messed up of me to say, but I don't want to get that old. I really don't. I know that's messed up of me to say, but man, no man.
Did you put this out for me?
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome. But yeah, like with my grandma, she, part of my friend, she was a bitch.
A bitch? It's very putting it lightly.
Oh, wow. Okay, you're lucky. My grandma, she acted like she couldn't wipe her booty. She couldn't wipe her tweeter.
She could never make it to the bathroom.
Yeah, she couldn't make it to the
She'd
bathroom.
walk through the grocery store shitting all over the place.
G-ma. Yeah, and then she didn't want to wear her Depends. She only wanted to wear her underwear. I literally had to twist her arm to make her wear her Depends because I got tired of it. I'm like, Grandma, you're going to wear these or it's going to get bad. And I mean bad with a capital B-A-D.
Oh, yeah.
And I said, you don't know what I mean. And I said, you're going to find out. And she knew it started with the capital N-U-R-S-I-N-G-R-O-O. No, that's room. H-O-M-E. No, I mean, I cut oh God. I wish I could have cut my grandma off from cooking a long time ago because she actually killed my grandfather. That's what a lot of my family members have no idea. She actually murdered my grandfather, basically, because she literally clogged his arteries with the nasty food that she cooked him. And all she literally gave my poor grandpa was cold weenies, which was gelatinous, a fat, like manteca.
Pork chops and wieners.
Yeah, pork chops and wieners all the time. And my grandpa like had heart attacks behind heart attacks behind heart attacks. And the last thing he died of was a heart attack. And he would get sick constantly because she would not take care of him. When he lived at home with my mom and me, we would take good care of him. He would get healthy again. And she would always move out because like she wanted him to die. Because she knew that if he died, she would get a certain amount of money and then she can ramble around. And it made me so mad because she put on this big old Gone with the Wind performance like she gave a damn about my grandfather. And oh, I wanted to hit her so bad. But because she was my grandmother and my grandfather cared about her, it's the only thing that held me back from beating her wrinkly old Skeletor booty. And the fact that I have morals and respect for her. It's the only thing that held me back because I have morals and respect. And if I didn't, Lord, I would have beat the hell out of her.
Well, it's like the time she called me a son of a bitch.
She called my mom a son of a bitch. And I'm sitting there looking at her laughing.
And
And
I
she
turned around and said, no, I'm not a son of a bitch. I'm a daughter of a bitch. She didn't know what to say. Tyler was looking at me like, Mom. I'm like, what? She's,
Yeah.
I was just correcting her grammar. I'm not a son, I'm a daughter.
Oh, wow. Her parents died from heart attacks at 41 and 45.
Oh, my God.
I hear you, Dio.
Talking about baby bathroom.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to re-vacuum that carpet. You know,
Man, your grandma sounds like mine. She would burn down the house. That's what my grandma did at her apartment.
oh, my God, yes.
Yeah, she actually put
Grease in the microwave.
grease in the microwave.
And she kept hoarding her grease.
Yeah. But no, check this out. She put a cast iron skillet, girl, in the microwave.
Full of grease.
Full of grease and tried to cook bacon in it. She caught the microwave on fire and tried to carry this hot comal full of grease with bacon across the floor, spilling fire and grease across it. You could see where the burnt grease was at all through the apartment. It was black stained, talking about, I don't know what happened. I'm like, the microwave was dead. It's like the microwave was like, bleh. I mean, You could tell that there was a microwave fire. I walk in, I mean, it smells like burnt ass for days. And I'm like, ugh. I mean, the cast iron skillet looked like I don't know what she killed in it. I'm sitting there looking at it like, I'm gonna throw this away. I mean, it looked so charred. It looked like she cooked like 1,000 batteries in it. I'm sitting there just like, it looked like a crackhead tried to like make the worst type of meth in it. And I'm sitting there just like, I don't know if I want to touch this. I'm just like, what were you trying to cook? I'm like,
I'm gonna revacuum my carpet.
I mean, I'm like, Grandma's got some sketchy friends. I'm like, shit.
Well, she did have some sketchy friends.
Well, yeah, she did. But yeah, it freaked me out. So she was sitting here making up all these lies. I had to lie to her apartment complex because they were actually going to kick her out at that time because it was like a kind of like assistant living place where she lived where, and I don't even know why she could tell me this, okay? Being who I am, we're in the South, okay? And I have native in me, yes. I eat Southern food because I'm in the South, obviously. And I'm sitting here looking at this crazy old lady. Bacon produces natural grease. Everybody knows this. How the heck are you going to want to get grease and cook with bacon when bacon has its own grease? I'm sitting here looking at this woman like, you swear we're from the same gene pool? I mean, I like eating healthy. That's why I didn't ever eat none of her food. Once I hit past the age of 12, I stopped eating her food because I was like, that's when I started losing weight. And that's why I didn't tell my doctors. I wonder why I have a lot of problems with my weight now is probably like clotted arteries from her shit and my mom's ex-husband. Not my actual dad, but her ex-husband. Because it's like they did not know his ass would never drain grease. Like cook hamburger meat, like me, if I cook meat, I get like the best kind that has hardly no, I know it's gross. And I'm like, ugh. Like if I cook beef, I get the beef that has like the less fat where you don't even have to drain it. That's how good the beef is. I may pay a good bit of money for it, but I know it's high quality meat and it's healthy. I know, like why? I don't understand why people eat what they eat. I'm like, you're gonna put that shit in your mouth, and I don't like cannibalism. I know in other world countries do that shit. I don't get it, but it's like, okay, you do you, just don't do it over here. But people do it over here, and I'm like, you that hungry? I'm like, damn. I'm scared of that. That's why I tell my kids, y'all don't go outside. I'm like, yeah. That's what I mean. I'm getting to the point where I'm trying to get more vegetarian because we eat healthy, and I didn't tell my doctors, even though I tell them, I know it's a lot of stress. That's what I'm trying to tell people. And I stress about everything. Even like today, I was stressing about reading what happened to like that poor guy, George. And then I stress about what happens with like our tribesmen, like everything that goes on with them. I mean, you don't even hear what happens to them in the news. You know, I mean, they tell different things, but I mean, there's a good show that Jason Momoa does. And let me see if I can find it real quick. There's one show that I want a lot of people to check out. Jason Momoa, actually, I do believe is one of the producers of it. Come on, phone. Work with me. And I think it's still on Netflix. Come on. Work with me. Come on. Pop down. Yeah. Streaming everything is good. That's the best thing to do. Okay. To get a good idea about what Native Americans go through, one good movie to watch is called Road to Paloma. That's a good one to watch. TV show he does is called The Red Road. That is actually really, 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 really good. Now, I'm not going to give no spoilers. I've watched both. Hell yeah, girl. We need to actually find a way to find some way to, connect somehow. But you guys need to check those out. Road to Paloma and The Red Road. They actually show what a lot of natives have to go through. Jason, for one, he does a lot of work with a lot of Native American tribesmen. And that's one thing I appreciate him for. And he, for one, likes to go deep into that. And that's one thing that I try to show about the indigenous people. That's another thing that, kind of started this today too, is because like what happened with George, and then it's like, I'm glad that they put certain things in the news, but then like with the pandemic, but then they also go in and then they cover the news, and then they hide a lot of things of what they don't tell us. Like they don't tell you what they do to the Native American people. They don't tell you a lot of the hidden truths. Like, you don't know how many Native American women get raped and get killed, and the murders go unseen, and the murderers never get brought to justice. How they live on Road to Rose. I haven't heard of Road to Rose. Are you talking about the TV show? The the one that I mentioned with Jason in it? I think it's, hang on a minute. Hang on. Yeah. Hang on, I'll tell you what that's called. Hang on a minute. Ah, I'm hurting my booty. Okay. 8%. Oh my God. I always do this. Okay, let me go to movies and TV. Okay. C. Road to Rose. C is a good one. I don't know. I know that one's good. Frontier is another good one. I love The Bad Batch. But that's not Native American. Road to Paloma. That's a good movie. Road to Paloma. Here, I'll put it in here. Hang on. Let me type it right here. This is the movie. So anybody wants to see it, to bring... Okay, that's the movie. And then the show. Okay. Those are both ones that he does for the Native Americans. And it actually goes to show how they get treated and how just by nature they mistreat them automatically. They're treated as criminals. And it's very sad. And that's how they go about treating them all the time. And my hubby's home early. Holy crap. I'm going to have to end the, yeah, Red Road. It's actually a really good show. It really is. So I'm going to go ahead and end the broadcast tonight because my husband is gasping because he's probably shocked that I'm still up. So I'm going to go ahead and end this, guys. And y'all be safe out there and just take everything I said for food for thought. And, you know, I mean well. And I'm just trying to bring thought for everything because I definitely want George Floyd murderer to be brought to justice for sure. And I definitely want him in jail. And I definitely want him to be put up in the penitentiary. And I definitely want him to face the death penalty because it's only fair. And yes, you will definitely see me the next time. I should be on here probably again probably in the next day or two. I owe a tarot reading and I owe some book reading and I also have some other stuff I'll be doing. So I will see y'all guys on the next one and be safe and please try to raise awareness everywhere you're at. Okay, guys, much love. Y'all be safe. Bye, guys. Bye, Nikki. Love you, girl. You have a good night. And remember, congratulations for your son, okay? Love you, girl. Bye, guys.